Hi, this is Fredrik from Amon Amarth. You're watching Bay Area Rocks.
You're watching Bay Area Rocks, and I'm Bassy Stacy, and we're here with Fredrik from Amon Amarth. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Sweet. How's the tour going so far?
It's going really well. A lot of the shows have been sold out, and that's better than we expected. So it's really good.
Well, I want to congratulate you for actually selling 15,000 copies in the first week of Surtur Rising. So that's really good that you did that in the United States, and you're on chart 34 on the Billboard. So how do you feel about that?
Um, I don't really feel any different, but obviously I guess it's a measure of how fans are appreciating what you're doing, and that's really important. That's I would lie if would say that it's not important as an artist, but and it feels we notice it now as well when we come out and play, and there's huge support for the band at the moment. So we just really couldn't be happier.
How has the album differed from the last album? I know that you guys have more instruments, like some more string instruments and acoustic. How did you guys incorporate that now?
I think it was the fact that we wanted to spice up the music a little bit, like change some things, and even if we didn't really plan it ahead, we felt that we could allow ourselves to elaborate a little bit more and bring in some elements that we'd never really done before. Um, but most of the ideas came up in the studio when we were working on the songs, and with Jens, obviously the producer, he had a lot of input on how to um, spice up the songs a little bit, and with the acoustic stuff, we just felt we've been, I guess, not so good with the dynamics part. We've just been like steamroller straight ahead, and we felt that this time that's something that would be something new for the band, and I think I guess we're comfortable enough with the music and with our musicality now that to be able to let it into the music.
Great. So you also do some covers on the album. Can you tell me why you chose those covers?
Um, well, yeah, the Accept cover was obvious, or why we did the covers all in all, like in total. Um, we were asked by Metal Blade to do covers songs. Well, they wanted bonus songs, and they wanted really any kind of bonus songs. But since we don't do, when we write an album, we everything that we write, we put it on the album. So that's going to be the album. We don't have any spare songs or anything lying around. So we said, oh, we can do a couple of cover songs, and they said, yeah, that's cool. And the Accept song was obvious because we're big Accept fans, and I think Johan already knew like all the guitar parts on that song, so that was really easy. And with the Kiss song, we were actually first thinking about doing God of Thunder because we thought that would be something fun with the.
And it works with the Viking
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
exactly. Yeah. But when we listened to that song and when we listened to Kiss in general, we felt that maybe War Machine would be something we could do more. We can harmonize it a little bit more and do something interesting with it. And the last song was just it's one of those songs that we have a long history with as a band, and it came up during a karaoke in Japan. We were singing along to it, and when we came back home, we were like, oh, we could try that song. That would be
The Aerials by
the
System.
Aerials, yeah, System of a- that would be really crazy, and we just felt it would be the last thing anyone expected us to do, basically, and it would be a challenge for us as musicians because we've never played that kind of stuff before, and it would be something new for us. So.
Did you get any feedback from the covers that you did from fans, like especially the System of the Down? I'm sure it's kind of a different off the wall kind of thing for you guys, or?
I guess we didn't expect so much hate. Especially in the U.S., actually, we everything from us being sellouts and being forced by the label to do that cover or something like that. In Europe, we haven't really seen, but that song is also the thing why I think that song got so much attention was the fact that Metal Blade decided to put it on the sampler they sent out to press. And we only said always that it was going to be only on the bonus edition, like the digital version. It's not going to be on the regular CD, so we don't really know what happened there and why that happened. But then obviously, since that version was the one that leaked, then everybody got that bonus song as well.
Well, I think you guys did a good job on that.
I think so too. I think we it turned out way better than I expected it when we first started talking about it. But we kind of I guess we just did our best at it, and I think we tried to add a little bit of Amon Amarth to it, and yeah, I think it works.
Too bad you guys weren't coming back next Thursday, except is actually playing here.
Yeah, I actually I think they were playing in Minneapolis like the day after us, so they're following us.
Oh, they're following you. Cool. So how'd the 70,000 tons of metal cruise go?
Exceptionally well, I would have to say. We didn't expect it to be as good as it was, I guess. Actually, all the people I talked to, bands or musicians, up until the day were on the ship, actually, no one really believed it was going to happen. But yeah, it worked out, and it was a lot better than we expected. It was smooth, everything worked fairly well, like, I mean, from what you can expect. And it was cool to hang out with all the bands and all the fans, so that definitely something really cool.
Are you going to do the second cruise?
We haven't been asked, and I doubt they would ask us again that soon. But if we were asked, I think we would consider it, probably, yes.
Who does the artwork for you guys? I love the artwork you have on your albums, and also how'd you find him?
He's a guy called Tom Thiel. He was first hired to do artwork for Metal Blade in Germany, and we've used him since '99. He's just I think or 2001 maybe. But yeah, he's just I think we managed to work out a relationship with him that he knows what we want. So we only have to tell him we have this idea. We want a giant flaming guy with cool fiery background, and and then he comes up with the artwork that he did, and we have a few tweaks that we want to change, but then everything's just perfect.
And that is Tur, right?
Yeah.
The Norse god on the cover there. Can you tell me a little bit about that mythology?
I'm not the best guy to ask about it, but I know that he is one of the oldest characters in Viking mythology, and he's a bit of a mystery. No one really, there's not much told about it, this character in all the in the Edda and the process that are written down. But the thing you know about him is that he was there when the universe was created, but he is also there when it's destroyed, and it's not so much that his job is just to be a fire giant. Like that's the only thing he does. So it's just he has to be there.
How did you get started playing drums?
I started playing drums. I actually started playing guitar, but I started playing drums because the two guitar players in my band back then, they hadn't been playing guitar for very long, so I taught them I wrote all the songs and I taught them how to play it. and then since I wrote the songs and I was sitting behind the drum kit, I had almost 100% control over the music. So I was a bit of a control freak when I was a teenager. But I guess the main reason I switched to drums was just I thought it was an interesting instrument to play, and I thought it was fun.
And you don't mind carrying all that equipment?
Luckily nowadays I don't have to carry it myself, so it's fine. But yeah, that's something that comes with. That's just a bonus, but it builds strong muscles.
Right. So what bands do you listen to in Sweden, or local bands that you'd like to talk about over there?
Yeah, I mean, Swedish scene. I don't really listen to that many. There's a demo band, or they released a CD now. They're called Gormathron, which are really cool. But otherwise, I just listen to any type of metal. So it doesn't have to be Swedish. It could be anything.
Cool. Any local bands or any other bands that you would like to mention that you're listening to now that you're really into that people don't really know about yet?
Local. The only band I discovered recently is a Finnish band called Sola the Sun. I don't think they're that known really. I from the name and from their artwork and logos, I always thought that they were kind of new metal, kind of something I wouldn't like. But when I heard one song on the radio in Sweden, I got interested in it, and then I got their CDs, and it's actually really good.
And you guys have your 20-year anniversary coming up. Is there anything special you're going to be doing or putting out, like DVDs or anything like that? I know you have some DVDs out now, but for the 20th anniversary?
The only thing we have planned now is to do a lot of festivals in Europe. So we're going to do a European festival tour and play as much as possible, and we're probably going to do a special anniversary set or something like that. But we haven't started planning it really, and I mean, it's one of those things. When you start thinking about it, it's something you don't want to think about. That we have to put 20 candles in the cake. I guess it's something you want to keep a little bit silent, that we're actually getting older.
Well, you don't look older. Yeah, you're welcome. Any advice you give any starting musicians or anything like that?
I think it's important to start in the music business, not thinking it as an opportunity for a career. When we started playing, it was just a hobby and it was for fun. We did it because we loved the music and we love playing. And I think I get a lot of questions as a drummer from other drummers and musicians, what I could tell them so that they can be successful drummers. And I think it's a little bit of a wrong input or wrong way to approach your musicality. Unless you want to be like a professional studio musician or something like that, then obviously yes, then you have to go into it being a professional musician. But if you're going to be in a band and play in a band, I think you should do it just because you're having fun and you want to have fun.
So have fun, kids. How does it feel to have no openers, and being on tour with just yourselves and nobody to open for you, or control the whole night? Or
I thought it would be lonely, almost like a bit boring to only hang out with the guys in the band and our crew, but it's actually pretty nice. I mean, venues like this, we can have one dressing room each. Yeah. And it's nice and calm actually to have not have so much people running around. I guess, well, I can only say that we like it actually. It's good, and it's I think it seems like the fans are appreciating it as well. They don't have to listen to some bands before that they don't like, or and they can 100% attention to our show. I don't know if I mean both have its pros and cons, so it's really hard to say, but it's a lot. It's nicer than we expected it to be, I guess.
You've shared this stage with plenty of people like Slayer and stuff like that. Who would you like to share the stage with that you haven't yet?
Metallica.
Metallica? That's a good answer. Cool. Anything you'd want to say to your fans?
Just keep on rocking.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for the interview. We really appreciate it, and we can't wait to see you rock out.